How much Miralax is too much before it silently damages your body? It's a question almost no one over 65 thinks to ask until it's too late. Eleanor was 72 when her daily routine quietly changed. It started with a little bloating, so she added a scoop of Miralax to her morning tea. Nothing serious. But then one scoop didn't work like it used to, so she added another. Before she knew it, Miralax wasn't just helping her go. It was the only thing that kept her going. What she didn't realize was that her gut was slowly losing its natural ability to function. Her colon was getting weaker, and her body was becoming dependent. If you or someone you love is using Miralax regularly, even just to stay regular, this video might be the most important one you watch all year. Because while Miralax is marketed as gentle and safe, there are 4 hidden dangers that every senior must know. One of them, our final warning, is almost always ignored. And it's the one that puts your overall health most at risk. But first, let's talk together as a community. Comment 1 if you're enjoying this video so far, or 0 if there's anything we should improve. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Every week we bring you practical, trustworthy elderly advice to help you live stronger, longer, and smarter after 65. Now let's dive into safety warning #1. Because what you don't know about your daily dose could change everything. Number 1. Dosage mistakes most seniors make. Here's something no one tells you. Even one extra scoop of Miralax could push your body past the safe limit. And unfortunately, this is where most seniors slip up without even realizing it. The label on a Miralax bottle recommends 1 dose per day, about 17 grams, or 1 capful, mixed in 4 to 8 ounces of liquid. That sounds simple. But here's the problem. Many seniors don't see results after a day or two, so they assume it's not enough. They double the dose, or take it twice a day, or take it every day for weeks or months, thinking it's harmless because it's not a stimulant laxative. What they're not told is this: Miralax was never meant for long-term use without a doctor's supervision. And exceeding the dose, even slightly, can increase your risk of dehydration, bloating, electrolyte imbalance, and long-term gut slowdown. Let me give you 2 quick stories to show how easily this happens. Eleanor, from the introduction, started with just 1 scoop, but when that stopped working, she added another. She never thought twice about it until her stomach began to feel distended and uncomfortable. Her doctor later told her she was severely dehydrated and her colon was showing signs of sluggish motility. Now meet Marge, 75, who followed the dosage instructions exactly. She only took Miralax once every few days, paired it with a high-fiber diet, and stayed well hydrated. Marge never had issues with bloating, fatigue, or over-reliance, and she gradually weaned off the product altogether. The difference between Eleanor and Marge: one paid close attention to how much and how often. The other simply trusted it would keep working and didn't notice the quiet signs of overdose until it was too late. So here's the takeaway. Miralax can be helpful short-term, but it's not a daily vitamin. It's a medical product with limits. And too many seniors are crossing that line without realizing they're risking their health. Comment 2 if you've ever taken Miralax more than once a day or know someone who has. You're not alone, and there's no shame in it. But knowledge is power, and the next danger is even more hidden than this one. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We post weekly elderly advice to keep you safe, sharp, and strong after 65. Now let's move on to the second warning, because this one could explain why some seniors lose bowel control without warning. Number 2. Long-term dependency and gut weakness. One of the most dangerous things about Miralax isn't what it does right away, it's what it does slowly, over time without you even noticing. Most seniors believe that if something helps them go to the bathroom, that's a good thing. But what if that very product is quietly training your body to forget how to go on its own? That's exactly what long-term Miralax use can do. Miralax works by pulling water into your colon, making stool softer and easier to pass, but it doesn't fix the root cause of constipation. It doesn't strengthen your digestive muscles. It doesn't improve your gut motility. And the longer you use it, the more your body starts to rely on it rather than working naturally. Let me introduce you to Walter, a 75-year-old man who started taking Miralax during a hospital stay after surgery. At first, it was temporary. But when he got home, he didn't feel comfortable going without it. Days turned into weeks, then months. Eventually, he noticed something strange. He could no longer have a bowel movement without it. His colon felt sluggish, and when he tried to skip a dose, he experienced bloating, discomfort, and anxiety. What happened to Walter is more common than you think. It's called laxative dependency. Even though Miralax is marketed as a non-habit-forming laxative, the body still adapts to the constant external help. Your digestive muscles don't have to work as hard. Over time, they weaken. And suddenly, what was once a backup solution becomes a daily crutch. The worst part? Walter didn't realize what was happening until it was nearly irreversible. His doctor told him it might take months to retrain his bowel to function on its own again. That meant dietary changes, increased hydration, and even gut retraining therapy, all because he relied on Miralax too long. Constipation is frustrating. But relying on Miralax every day without addressing the real cause is like taking a shortcut that leads to a dead end. If your gut stops working on its own, that's not independence, it's vulnerability. Comment 3. If you've ever felt like you can't go without a laxative, your story might help someone else recognize the warning signs. And make sure you subscribe if you want more elderly advice that empowers you to take control of your health naturally. Up next is something most seniors blame on aging, but it might actually be caused by Miralax, and it's easy to miss until your energy crashes. Let's talk about the hidden side effects. Number 3. Hidden side effects. No one talks about. Most seniors believe Miralax is harmless. After all, it's tasteless, doesn't cause cramps, and you can get it without a prescription. But here's the truth. Even gentle laxatives can cause serious side effects, especially if used for longer than intended. And many of those effects go unnoticed, quietly affecting your energy, digestion, and overall health. Let's talk about a woman named Rosa. She was 70 and active, loved gardening, visited her grandkids, and volunteered at her local church. She started taking Miralax every morning just to stay regular. It seemed innocent enough, but after a few months, Rosa began feeling unusually tired during the day. She couldn't focus like she used to. Her joints ached. Her friends even noticed she looked pale. At first she blamed aging, but her blood tests told a different story. She had low sodium and potassium levels. Why? Daily use of Miralax had been quietly flushing out her electrolytes without her realizing it. Most people don't realize this. While Miralax is considered safe, it works by drawing water into your colon. That means if you're not drinking enough fluids, or if your kidneys aren't filtering as well as they used to, this process can backfire. You can become dehydrated, lose vital minerals, and experience things like fatigue, muscle weakness, dizziness, or even confusion. In rare cases, some people also experience allergic reactions, including itching, hives, or shortness of breath. Others may deal with persistent bloating, nausea, or gas, symptoms they chalk up to getting older, when in reality, it's their gut reacting to something it's grown too used to. The danger isn't always dramatic. It creeps in slowly, making you feel just a little off, but over time those little changes can lead to bigger health concerns. Comment 4 if you've ever felt strangely tired, bloated, or off balance while using a laxative. You may not be alone, and your comment might help someone else recognize the signs. And don't forget to subscribe if you want weekly elderly advice that helps you feel stronger, more energized, and in control of your aging body. Now let's move to the final warning, because for seniors on daily medication, this next mistake could be the most dangerous of all. Number 4. Medication interactions and hidden conditions. One of the most overlooked risks of using Miralax after 65 isn't just how much you take, it's what you're already taking alongside it. Many seniors are on daily medications for blood pressure, heart health, kidney function, or diabetes. And while Miralax seems mild, it can quietly interfere with how your body handles those medications. Let's take Charles, for example. He was 78 and managing several health conditions, high blood pressure, early-stage kidney disease, and occasional constipation. His doctor approved occasional Miralax use, but Charles started using it every day because it worked. What he didn't know was that Miralax was causing him to lose fluids faster than his body could handle. Combined with his diuretics and blood pressure pills, the result was dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and a sudden drop in blood pressure. One morning he stood up too fast and fainted, landing him in the emergency room. This isn't rare. Many seniors don't realize how interconnected their medications are. When you combine a water-drawing laxative like Miralax with diuretics, ACE inhibitors, or certain diabetes medications, you're playing with a delicate balance. Even a small shift in hydration or mineral levels can lead to dizziness, irregular heartbeat, fatigue, or falls. And if you're living with conditions like chronic kidney disease, low fluid intake, or heart rhythm disorders, these effects can be even more pronounced. The scary part is that most seniors won't be warned about this unless they ask specifically. Pharmacists often don't mention it, and doctors may assume you're using Miralax only occasionally. The safest way to use Miralax, if at all, is under the guidance of a doctor who understands your full medication list and your body's unique needs. Otherwise, what seems like a simple solution could create a dangerous chain reaction. Comment 5. If you or someone in your family takes medications and has used Miralax at the same time. These stories matter, and they can help others become more careful. And if you haven't done it yet, take a moment to subscribe for more elderly advice every single week. Our goal is to help you live longer, not just by adding years to your life, but strength and safety to every year you already have. Coming up next, what can you actually use instead of Miralax? Let's talk about a few natural solutions that are gentler, safer, and more sustainable for seniors. Safer alternatives that actually work. If hearing these warnings has made you second-guess your daily Miralax habit, you're not alone. But here's the good news. You don't have to choose between constipation and dependency. There are safe, natural, and science-backed alternatives that work with your body, not against it. Let's start with something simple. Magnesium. Specifically, magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate. These forms of magnesium help relax your bowels and draw water into the colon, but in a gentler way than Miralax. Many seniors find they can take magnesium in the evening and have a smooth, natural movement by morning without the bloating or harsh urgency. Another option? Prune juice and kiwi fruit. Both are natural laxatives rich in fiber and digestive enzymes. In fact, one study showed that eating 2 kiwis a day helped improve bowel movements in people with chronic constipation without side effects. These aren't just old wives' tales. They work. Chia seeds or flax seeds are also excellent options. When soaked in water, they form a gel-like fiber that helps move things along in the gut. 1 tablespoon of soaked chia seeds a day, taken in the morning with a glass of water, can work wonders for seniors with sluggish bowels. And don't underestimate daily movement and positioning. Walking just 20 minutes a day stimulates the colon, and using a footstool to elevate your legs during a bowel movement so your body mimics a squat can help your body eliminate more completely and with less strain. Eleanor, the woman from our opening story, eventually switched to a mix of magnesium, more fiber, and gentle movement. Within weeks, she was no longer dependent on Miralax. Her bloating disappeared. And best of all, she felt confident and in control again. Comment 6 if you're open to trying any of these natural alternatives. And if any have already worked for you, share that too. It could help someone else make a better choice. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Every week we share elderly advice designed to help you live with more energy, ease, and independence without relying on pills and powders forever. Now let's wrap things up with one final message every senior should hear. Miralax isn't the enemy, but it was never meant to be a lifelong solution. For seniors, the biggest danger isn't just overuse. It's the slow loss of control, the quiet side effects, and the way it masks the real problems your body is trying to tell you about. If you've been relying on it day after day, let this video be your wake-up call, not to scare you, but to empower you. You deserve more than short-term fixes. You deserve long-term health, comfort, and confidence in your body again. Comment below with the number that stood out to you the most today. Was it 2, 4, maybe all of them? Your experience could help someone else feel less alone, and maybe even safer. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. This channel is here to bring you honest, helpful elderly advice, week after week, to help you age smarter, not harder. Take care of your gut, and it will take care of you.